Michael Steele, join us in listening to the Senate Majority Leader McConnell on the subject of African-American outreach.
With African Americans, we haven't been able to make much headway, although I think it is noteworthy that Tim Scott is a member of our conference, and he's arguably the most popular politician in South Carolina. So there's hope with African American voters as well.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Who said one of my best friends?
Yeah, I know some blacks too.
What was
One of them happens to be a U.S. senator. He's in our caucus.
So I guess that was what...
That's what it comes down to. That's outreach. We got one. We have meetings with him. I'm sorry. It just reminds me of so many conversations I had when I was chairman and trying to move this party and to turn this elephant to understand that that's not how it works. It took a lot. I can tell you the backstory on Tim Scott when he was running for Congress. There weren't a whole lot of people in this town that were backing that campaign and pushing his candidacy in South Carolina. I remember standing in a field with headlights on to do a rally for him when I was doing my national tour to sort of gin up the base and get folks to turn out. There weren't a whole lot of people out there, supporting that candidate in that campaign.
But you had a lofty goal of changing the face.
We had a lofty goal of changing the face of the party, and you do it one candidate at a time. You do it one neighborhood at a time. You don't make an offhand reference. Oh, well, we got Tim Scott. Well, you had J.C. Watts too, and what did you do with him? You bumped him out of leadership. So don't play this game and think that we're sitting back stupid and going, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me too. It doesn't, and that is why it has been so difficult and so hard to turn the page on this. And you can sit back and say, well, blacks are conservative. The Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act, we were there. But, we live in a world in which we ask one question: what have you done for me lately? And with the Voting Rights Act sitting in the desk drawer of the Speaker of the House, that says all you need to know about the relationship between the party and the black community in 2018.
Eli Stokols, that repetition of phrases you hear on the road that begin in that office is the latest, this talk of a mob?
Yeah, and it's not that new. We've been hearing it for a week, ever since protesters were drawn to Capitol Hill during the Kavanaugh confirmation fight. The president, Republicans now, they're all singing from the same sheet of music, and they have videos out. They're talking about protesters and really trying to brand all this stuff as a mob. Hearing the president refer to Democrats as an angry mob inside an arena where he's sort of revving up his own base and people are shouting "traitor" at the top of their lungs. They're chanting lock her up" about Dianne Feinstein and Hillary Clinton. It's just sort of, you have to step back. Sometimes it can sound a little bit like the president is projecting, but I have talked to people inside the White House political shop, and they believe wholeheartedly that the way to animate this base is to get them angry. And so whatever it takes, the Kavanaugh thing touched a nerve, and they are trying to hold on to the anger that they were able to stoke about the way Kavanaugh was, in their view, treated during his hearings. They're trying to sustain that anger over the last 3.5 weeks of this election, because they know that the Democratic voters, they've been angry for the better part of 2 years, and they're going to turn out. Republicans are really just trying to keep their voters riled up and hope to stanch some of the bleeding that they're expecting in November.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.